Here are today's contestants. A marketing professional from Mission Viejo, California, Michael White. A software team lead originally from El Paso, Texas, John Folk. And our returning champion, a stay-at-home mom originally from Asheville, North Carolina, Leah Wiegand, whose one-day cash winnings total $17,000. And now, here is the guest host of Jeopardy, Ken Jennings.
Thank you, Johnny Gilbert. Thanks, everyone. Welcome to Jeopardy. Thank you for joining us with a brand new week. Leah, John, Michael, good luck to all three of you. I bet you're excited to play. Here we go. Here are the categories for the Jeopardy round. We'll start with the BGs. All these responses will begin with the letter B and end with G. Then, in that vein, how deep is your love? Some facts and figures, states by national forest, literary allusions, and finally, technology. Partnering with Olay, this week we'll be bringing attention to the gender gap in STEM fields, which are science, tech, engineering, and math. Presenting today's technology category is CEO and founder of Girls Who Code, Reshma Saujani. Leah, where do we begin?
The BGs for 600, please.
A night out involving a brief stay at a succession of taverns. Leah.
What is bar hopping?
Correct.
The BGs 800.
This amphibian, named for its loud call, can grow to a pound or more and is often caught for food. Michael.
What is a bullfrog?
Right.
BG's 400.
An upset stomach is central to this word, meaning complaining. Leah.
What is belly aching?
You are right.
BG's 1000.
Delays loading a video file online? You may get this 9-letter message. John.
What is buffering?
Right.
BG's for 200.
It's an accumulation of unfinished work or unfilled orders to be dealt with. John.
What is a backlog?
Right.
States by national forest for 200.
Allegheny National Forest. John.
What is Pennsylvania?
Yes.
States for 400.
Sequoia National Forest. Leah.
What is California?
Correct.
State 600.
Delta National Forest. Leah.
What is Mississippi?
It is the Mississippi Delta, you got it.
National Forest 800.
Prescott National Forest. Michael.
What is Arizona?
Correct.
National Forest 1000.
Ocala National Forest. Michael.
What is Florida?
Right.
Technology 200.
Reshma Saujani with the clue.
Computer scientist Annie Easley wrote code that helped in the development of the first batteries used in this class of car that employs dual power systems.
Leah.
What are hybrids?
That's it.
Technology 400.
Here's the clue.
Coders fluent in SQL, or structured query language, can work with information storehouses known as relational these. Oracle is famous for software that creates them.
John.
What are databases?
You got it.
Technology for 600.
In the 1970s, Moore's law surmised that the number of these central components on microchips would double every 2 years, but Moore later admitted it probably won't last.
John.
What are transistors?
Good.
Technology for 800.
Here's the clue.
Tech pioneer Adele Goldberg helped develop a programming language used to create the first GUI, short for this, featuring icons and menus.
John.
What is a graphical user interface?
Yes.
Technology for 1000.
A final clue.
Analyzing facial and speech patterns, soft biometric signatures help combat these videos that can make someone appear to say things they've never spoken.
John.
What are deepfakes?
That's correct. You did very well in that category. You're in the lead, and we'll be back with more of the Jeopardy round right after this. Time to meet our contestants. Michael White is a marketing professional from Mission Viejo, California. You have 2 daughters, but they have unusual birthdays? Is that right?
That's correct. My wife and I are the proud parents of 2 amazing, intelligent, and curious young daughters. Our oldest is 3 years old, and she was born on a Friday the 13th, which our family affectionately calls our luckiest day of the year. And our youngest daughter, who's not quite a year old, was born on July 4th, which is America's Independence Day.
I also have a daughter born on the 13th, and sometimes it shows. John Folk from El Paso, Texas, a software team lead, which might explain your dominance in the technology category. But your software job involves sports?
That's right. I work in baseball for one of the major league teams. And I really think that got started when I went to my first game. I like to tell everyone this. I don't want to sound like I'm advocating for violence in sports, but it was the 1993 game where Nolan Ryan punched Robin Ventura, and it really apparently left an impression.
That cemented your love for the game.
Yeah.
I think it left an impression on Robin Ventura as well. Our returning champion, Leah Wiegand, a stay-at-home mom originally from Asheville. You got a clue right about the National Forest of Mississippi before the break.
Yes.
And you spent some time there. You did study abroad in Mississippi?
Yes, I like to say I technically studied abroad in Mississippi. I did a semester of archaeological fieldwork during my undergrad studies in Natchez, Mississippi, and it was actually administered through the study abroad office. So I would go in to do my paperwork and have to go past the pamphlets and posters for London and Paris and say, I'm here for Mississippi, please.
Nothing wrong with Natchez, Mississippi.
It was a great time.
Well, fantastic. John, you've got control of the board. Get us back into the game.
How deep is your love for 200?
Is it first love, like Jennifer Grey's for Patrick Swayze in this classic movie of summer romance? Michael.
What is Dirty Dancing?
You got it.
Your love for 400.
Does your fervor rival Mario's for this fruity princess as he daringly risks his life for her in video games? Michael.
Who is Princess Peach?
Good.
Your love 600.
Hopefully, it's as deep as the love shown in the 2014 Budweiser ad about an adopted puppy who bonds with one of these horses. Michael.
What are Clydesdales?
You got it.
Your love 800.
Maybe a love that lasts as long as that of this Beatle and wife Barbara Bach, who have been married almost 40 years. John.
Who is Ringo Starr?
Yep.
And your love for 1,000.
It's deep, like Nick's love for Jess on this Fox sitcom. Who wouldn't love a bride with an eye patch? John.
What is New Girl?
You got it.
Facts and figures for 200.
36 million Americans are edentulous, meaning they have none of these. Michael.
What are teeth?
That's right.
Facts and figures 400.
A byword for fast reproduction. This animal can have a litter of 7 5 times a year. Leah.
What is a rabbit?
Yes.
Literary allusions 200.
Connoting corruption, something is rotten in the state of Denmark, comes from this play. John.
What is Hamlet?
Yes.
Facts and figures for 600.
There are still about 10,000 Jews in this country, the most in any Mideast Muslim land. That's Iran. Back to you, John.
Facts and figures for 800.
A leading organization against this activity says the average driver does it 80 times before being arrested for the first time. Michael.
What is speeding?
No. John.
What is drunk driving?
Yes.
Facts and figures for 1,000.
China has this type of legislature, meaning there's only a single house. It has almost 3,000 members. John.
What is unicameral?
Right.
Illusions for 400.
Man Friday, a devoted helper, originated as a character in this novel. Michael.
What is Robinson Crusoe?
That's the novel.
Illusion 600.
This author originated tilting at windmills, meaning fighting imaginary foes. John.
Who is Cervantes?
Yes, Don Quixote.
Illusions for 800.
An idealized object of love, Beatrice was this poet's object of love and guide through paradise in the Divine Comedy. John.
Who is Dante?
That's correct.
And illusions for 1,000.
The last clue will be the Daily Double. You gave yourself a lot of time to rack up some money, John. How much of it would you like to wager?
3,000.
All right, for 3,000, here's your clue. The contradictory thought that some are more equal than others comes from a slogan in a satire by this man.
Who is George Orwell?
Animal Farm, that's correct. That takes you to 12,400. You've got a big lead. Leah, you'll be going first in Double Jeopardy, which starts in just a moment. Stick around. We're back for the Double Jeopardy round. Our returning champ, Leah, will be selecting first from one of these categories. Take 'em to their royal houses. Then some classical music titles, people and places, female first names, non-vocabulary, and finally, before and after goes to the movies. Leah, pick your pleasure.
Non-vocabulary 400.
By definition, it's the oldest age a nonagenarian can be. Michael.
What is 99?
Yes.
Before and after goes to the movies 400.
Renee Zellweger's original journal entry meets up with a film about Greg Heffley, based on a popular children's book series. John.
What is Bridget Jones's Diary of a Wimpy Kid?
That's it.
Non-vocabulary for 800, please.
The French verb chalois, to be concerned, led to this English word meaning coolly indifferent? John.
What is nonchalant?
Yes.
Non-vocabulary 1200.
From Latin for not and joined together, this adjective means refusing to agree to an opinion or course of action. John.
What is non-committal?
Correct.
Non-vocabulary 1600.
Non-invasive medical procedures include CT scans, X-rays, and this type of 3D diagnostic viewing that earned a 2003 Nobel Prize. Leah.
What is MRI?
That's it.
Non-vocab 2000.
Some birds are non-migratory, including the Anna's variety of this very busy avian. Leah.
What is a hummingbird?
That's it.
Before and after goes the movies 800.
A 2020 adventure based on a Jack London classic gets, well, a lot weirder as a 1990 David Lynch film about Sailor Ripley. That is The Call of the Wild at Heart. Leah, back to you.
Glutton for punishment. Movies for 1200.
I love it. Hilary Swank's boxer starts a career in crime with Ansel Elgort's youthful master wheelman. Michael.
What is $1 Million Baby Driver?
You got it.
Movie 1600.
A Cooper Gaga saga goes Tom Cruising into a 1989 film about a Vietnam vet. Michael.
What is A Star is Born on the 4th of July?
It was a mouthful, but you got it.
Movies 2000.
A 2014 movie with Peter Quill and his pals meets up with Tim Allen and his sci-fi TV cast to be a film we'd very much like to see. John.
What is Guardians of the Galaxy Quest?
That would be a good movie, right? Back to you.
Royal Houses for 400.
Peter the Great and Nicholas II the Unfortunate. Michael.
What is Romanov?
Right.
Classical music titles 400.
The German name for Haydn's 94th Symphony translates to with the drum stroke, the sudden one that gives it this name. John.
What is the Surprise Symphony?
Correct.
Classical for 800.
Mozart's Symphony No. 41 and The Bringer of Jollity in Holst's The Planets both bear the name of this planet. Michael.
What is Jupiter?
Right.
Female first names 400.
Maggie can be a shortened form of this name of a Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. Michael.
What is Margaret?
Yes.
People and places 400.
In the 19th century, Wilhelm Bleek took ntu, meaning man, and created this word for a 100 million strong linguistic group. John.
What is Bantu?
You got it.
People and places for 800.
The people of the Sentinel Islands, west of Thailand at the south edge of this bay, resist contact and enforce that with arrows. John.
What is the Bay of Bengal?
Right.
People and places 1200.
The answer there is the first daily double in the round. You've widened your lead, John.
4000.
All right, here's your clue for 4,000. It's the French word for an inhabitant of Canada's largest province by area.
What is Quebecois?
That's correct. And you're up to 22,400. Go again.
People and places for 1600.
Aboriginal people and Torres Strait Islanders are sometimes called First Nations or the First These people. Michael.
What are indigenous?
No. John.
What are Australians?
Yes, the first Australians.
People and places for 2000.
Elaborate headwear and parasols are part of the temple processions in this strongly Hindu island of Indonesia. We were looking at Bali there. John, back to you.
Royal Houses for 800.
Henry VII and Bloody Mary I. Michael.
What is Tudor?
Tudor's right.
Royal House is 1200.
The answer there is the other daily double. This is an opportunity for you, Michael. John's running away with it.
I will wager 5,000.
All right, for 5,000, here's your clue. Empress Maria Theresa and Emperor Franz Josef.
What is Habsburg?
Habsburg's correct. You've got 12,600. You're in second place. Go again.
Female first names 800.
This female name comes from a Greek word referring to a heavenly messenger from God. That's Angela. Michael.
Female first names 1200.
In the funny pages, Hagar's Viking wife had this German name. Michael.
What is Helga?
Yes.
Female first name 1600.
Yvette derives from an ancient word for this sacred tree. Michael.
What is Yggdrasil?
No. Leah or John? That was the yew tree. Michael, back to you.
Female first names 2000.
Chloe was a summer name for this Greek goddess of agriculture. John.
Who is Demeter?
Good.
Royal houses for 1600.
Louis XIV. John.
What is Bourbon?
Yes.
Royal houses 2000.
The crown prince known as MBS. The house of this. John.
What is Saud?
That's it, Saudi Arabia.
Classical for 1200.
The first movement of this Beethoven symphony, number 6, is Awakening of Happy Feelings on Arriving in the Country. John.
What is the Pastoral Symphony?
Yes.
Classical for 1600.
Edward Elgar wrote 14 variations on this theme with a puzzling name. John.
What is Enigma?
Right.
And classical for 2000.
The last clue. Wanting to be taken seriously, Camille Saint-Saëns wouldn't let all of this zoological fantasy be published in his lifetime. That's the Carnival of the Animals. All right, at the end of Double Jeopardy, John's got a big lead, but everybody's going to be playing Final Jeopardy today, and our category is World Literature. We're going to take a minute for you to think about it, make your wagers, and then we'll be back. World Literature for Final Jeopardy today. Players, here's your clue. In a classic novel from 1866, the murders of 2 women take place in this city. 30 seconds. Good luck. We had some long stares today before anyone started writing. We'll start with Leah Wiegand, who was in 3rd place with 6,200. Which city did you think of? London. That's not correct. It's going to cost you $6,200, everything. We come now to Michael White in 2nd place with 12,200. Your city of choice? London changed to Moscow at the last minute. You were getting warmer, Michael, but I'm afraid that's also incorrect. It'll only cost you 201, though. In the middle, John Vogt had a big lead and a possibility today for a very big payday for him. What did you write down? What is Paris? No, Paris is not correct either. These murders are the title crime in Dostoevsky's Crime and Punishment, which takes place, unfortunately for Michael, not in Moscow, but in St. Petersburg. So this is going to drop you down a little, John. Will it do much harm? $7,600. That leaves you with $24,800. You, sir, are a Jeopardy champion. Congratulations. Thank you all for tuning in today. We'll be back tomorrow. And thank you, Alex.
Promotional consideration provided by Geico. Jeopardy is also brought to you by